Costa is a funny dude, man. Like,
what up, everyone? Shakiel Mahjouri here for CBS Sports, and you know who this is. He is the UFC's number 3 ranked middleweight contender, fighting Jared Cannonier in the main event of UFC Vegas 75 on Saturday. He ranks right up there with pasta, pizza, and gelato. The Italian dream, Marvin Vettori. How's it going, my man?
what's up, guys? I'm good, man. Very good.
Liking the white shades? It's become a bit of a trademark in the Italian Dream Ensemble. Now, before we get to the fight at hand and everything going on in the middleweight division, I am curious. I always put out a fan Q&A, get some fan involvement in these questions. People are wondering, when are you and your bromance for life, Sean Strickland, going to be on the podcast together? You know, Sean and Chris have that one set up now.
They so we were about to do it one together, then he kind of fell off. He did it with Chris. They're gonna do super well, but I don't know. They're definitely gonna. I'm definitely gonna go on like pretty soon. Um, yeah, pretty soon. They still like. I don't know. It'll happen though very soon.
It'll be a very interesting podcast when it does. I'll be on the lookout for it. You've got Cannonier coming up, big fight in the middleweight division. Kind of a weird division right now, right? You have Izzy back on top. If Robert Whittaker beats Dricus du Plessis, you know, that's the #1 contender fight. As far as you understand, what does a win over Jared Cannonier do for you in the middleweight division? Like, how far from a title shot do we think we are? Who do you see maybe down the line as an opponent?
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not overthinking it. You know, like it ain't my power. What is in my power is to put on a amazing performance out of it, and that's my focus is at. You know, like I just need to show that I leveled up, and then that like I'm even better than I was before, and then I can back and do I can go back and chase another title run. That's what I do. You know, I'm not overthinking it. All my focus is on Jared Cannonier. He's a very worthy opponent, and he excites me because he's gonna bring the best to me because he needs the best out of me, and yeah, that's where my focus is at. Yes, I'm not really like overthinking about the rest. I know for a fact that if I go out and just put on a great performance, then I'm on battle talks. You know, that's for sure.
All good
So
things will come. Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, that's
Um,
where our focus is at, and that's it.
So keeping the focus on Jared Cannonier, like you said, worthy opponent, a big opportunity for the both of you. When you sort of assess this fight, what's the biggest advantage that you have going into the main event? Vice versa, where does Cannonier maybe present some interesting problems?
Yeah, he doesn't. He's a solid guy, man. He's a solid guy. He doesn't have major flaws. Going into this fight, there was a lot of like attention to the details, and I just think I edge him in I definitely have an advantage in the grappling department. Um, my boxing too. In general, I might be, I believe I'm a better fighter. I'm sharper than him overall. And you're gonna bring, that's the thing about me. Every fight I'm different. Every fight like I bring something new. Every fight I bring in some new improvements, and you guys are gonna see something new about this story too this time around because I worked a lot and like I said, I keep improving. So it's really hard to prepare for me, and so yeah, I mean like. There is not major flaws where like he's lacking big or something, but I studied him and I know I can catch him and I know I some on some mistakes that he does and I'm going to bring the fight where I want it to be and the more the time goes on, the more that the fight goes on, I think I'm going to take over. That's what you guys gonna see and yeah, and it might happen that I might catch him early because yeah, man, I've been working a lot on just like like being more loose, letting punches go and like
Mm-hmm.
it's just I'm just tapping now into my real potential. I believe, So you guys are gonna see like a great, great, great fight. And by now, I can't wait to get in there with him.
It's almost time. Earlier this year, I saw that you predicted that Alex Pereira would once again defeat Israel Adesanya. Full disclosure, so did I. In this one instance, we were both incorrect. What was your impression of Izzy's ability to recapture the middleweight title?
He did good. Like he he pulled it off like that. It's good. You can't say nothing about it. Uh, it's one of those scenes like it's like shit, things is going wrong and you're able to pull it off. Can't say nothing about it. To be honest with you,
Totally.
can't say nothing about it. Like head off to him. Um, so yeah, good man. Like I mean, listen, another thing I gotta give it to him every time try to regain the title or gain the title. He's always like he's not leaving it to the judges. He's not leaving it to any opinions. He's finishing the fight and he's getting the title. So props for to him for that. And yeah, with that being said, man, um, I feel always the same about him. I don't like him, and I wanna fight him as soon as possible. But
Hey, man.
at the same
I
time, I need to focus on what I'm doing, and I think I'm doing that very well. And time will come for sure.
I like that. You can give props and dislike someone that it doesn't have to be mutually exclusive. Now before we finish up on some rapid fire, some stuff kind of away from the fights that are happening right now, I am curious. Did you see UFC 289 on Saturday?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I just wanted to get your thoughts on the Beneil fight. Obviously, a training partner of yours, someone who you know very well. Just what were your what was going through your head in real time? I thought he looked very good early on the ground. He actually the total strike numbers at the end of the fight were very even, but obviously first round KO loss.
Yeah, I don't know. I know some sites, and I know he doesn't even want to say because, of course, like he doesn't want to make it, which is not, he's not. But a little bit of shit that went wrong with the weight cut, I guess, or something like that. But at the same time, like we all have hard weight cuts, and I know I know that's not his. He's not saying for it as an excuse. He's just saying it because it happened. But yeah, overall, man, I just yeah, fuck, man. I mean, I feel like technically he didn't have any problem. I mean, just it was just more of the approach that he had. If you could like be a bit more patient and picked him apart better, like could have definitely do much better because I know, bro. Beneil is a beast, man. Beneil is one of those guys. He's a beast. He's literally a beast. Like he's a lightweight. Like he doesn't have any problem training with me. And yeah, I mean it is. But this guy is relentless. This guy is like one of the strongest guy I know, and he's gonna come back from it. There's not an option, man. And he's gonna get some. He's gonna get back up in there for sure.
Totally.
That's it. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Well, you said he's a beast, and that's the perfect segue. Every time this comes onto my feed, it's one of my favorite videos in MMA history. I just want you to walk me through sort of what was going in your head in real time as like a Royal Rumble breaks out between Beneil Dariush, Fabricio Werdum, Marvin Vettori, and Kelvin Gastelum at Kings MMA.
Yeah, that's just like who started? Who started? Like probably Werdum just like
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Werdum
Gastelum and
just
Werdum
makes shit
bumped
up
into each
sometimes, and
other,
then
and Werdum threw the first punch.
yeah, that's it. You see, Werdum like sometimes just like to pick on people, and then like Benny doesn't like it, and then we got all into it, and then started out like some chaos. But
I
it was
love it.
fun.
I love it. Okay, this was a fan submission that got a lot of thumbs up, so I have to ask. You have to sit down for a 30-minute dinner with one of these two fighters. Who could you stomach longer, and what would you talk about? Paulo Costa, Israel Adesanya.
I'll sit down with Paulo Costa, man, 100%. Paulo Costa, I've heard a lot of stuff like Paulo Costa is a funny dude, man. Like
Yes.
he's weird, but he's definitely he's like he has the best Twitter in MMA by far the best Twitter, like hands down. So he was here at the PI. I never really like sat down and talked to him, but like he was here at the PI, and a lot of people who I know thought like were hanging out with him, and they all said that he's a nice guy. Um, but yeah, no. So the question was like, who I can stand longer, or what was the question?
Basically, yeah. So
Yeah, yeah. I
okay.
think, I think me and Costa would definitely get along better than me and Adesanya. Me and Adesanya, I don't think will. I don't know, man. I mean, it's all how you get to know people in reality, like But I don't think me and Adesanya have any things like in common that can like that with our mentality kind of match. I mean, I'm sure like he's a fighter, I'm a fighter. Like we can agree on something, but the way he sees things, I don't think
I think
it's.
you and Paulo Costa should start the podcast now that Sean is off doing his thing with Chris Curtis. I think that makes for a good show.
I don't know. Yeah, he's in
All right,
Brazil.
where in Italy can you find the best gelato? And do you agree with me and the fans that pistachio is one of the best flavors out there?
Oh yeah, pistachio stuff. Pistachio, we call it pistachio. But yeah, pistachio is definitely gonna listen. In Italy, everywhere you can find good food, everywhere from top to bottom. It's one of those things like you'll every region have his own way of doing things, but they're all good. So you don't really have a best one. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like plus gelato is like it's not the hardest thing to do. It's like where you can find the best pizza. You can say where it started off, where they did it first, but you can get good pizza everywhere in Italy.
It's about time to eat. Okay, just two more for you. One, if you could take one skill from Robert Whittaker and Israel Adesanya and add it to your game, or any other fighter in the middleweight division that stands out to you, what's the skill that you would sort of like to absorb?
Um, maybe like Whitaker has great timing.
Mm,
His ability to see the right moment to get in. Let's say I have good timing too, but Whitaker had definitely good timing. And then and Adesanya, I don't know. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm the kind of guy who doesn't want to take anything for free from nobody.
I thought that
So
might be the
I don't.
case.
Yeah. So like I can just definitely like I think Adesanya is a good kicker. That's it. But I wouldn't take anything from them. I just it's like it's pointless talks. In a sense because like when you were born, you were handed these cards. You got to make the best with these cards.
Okay.
It's no point of
I
like
I love that because it's the perfect segue to my last question. Shout out to Alex B. He did a humanizing athletes with you recently, and you said that your favorite quote is "Amor Fati." What does that quote mean for those who don't know, and why does it have such value to you?
is because so it means basically love your fate, right? And that's it. Because and it's something that I keep reminding myself because so many times we fall into like comparing us with others, our journey with others, and it's all in our head at the end of the day. It all happens here because in reality, if you know a lot about a person, you might know the 10% of that person. If you know a lot about it, so it's like comparing it. It's all in your head. It's not real. Like you just think you know about this guy and you see him doing things, and you're like, oh, I'll be like this. I'll be like doing that. In reality, it's all bullshit. You were handed this card. You were born this way. We all as human have our quality, and you just have to like do your best with what you got. And to think about others, it's useless. So that's it. And I think Mike Tyson said in one of his podcasts too. You have to live on life terms too, in a sense. You cannot
Mm,
be like, oh shit, this happened to me. I would like this to happen to me, or like to wish for something without trying to accomplish it with your own. with your own ability to do it. You know, it's all useless talks. You can use some things for motivation, but that's it. Live,
I love it.
you cannot control it. You got to do the best of it, and it all like it's 99%, like they say, on how do you react to things. But in reality, you cannot really control what happens to you. So yeah, that's why, man. And it's a good quote because no matter what happens, you're still alive, and if you keep going, it's still a good life.
I love it, Marvin. There's no better note to end on. I want to leave you with the last word, so I'll do my part very quickly. Guys, thanks so much for watching the video. If you're still here, please subscribe, tap the bell, thumbs up. Let us know, especially after this interview, which middleweight would you like to have dinner with? Who do you think you can stomach the longest? We'd love to hear from you guys. Shout out to CBS Sports, as always, for empowering the video. Marvin, if there's anything you want to let the people know ahead of UFC Vegas 75's main event, Cannonier, Vettori, the floor is yours, my man.
Tune in Saturday night, guys, because it's going to be an amazing fight, and you guys are going to see the best version of myself.